Thank you all for continuing to honor our weekly briefing regarding the status of the census listing and enumeration. Reports from the field indicate that household listing operation across the country is almost complete. Out of a total of 366,677 structures mapped during the 2023 mapping exercise, 320,216 structures have been listed, corresponding to 87.3% of the total. Field workers are working tirelessly to ensure that the remaining buildings or structures are accounted for and listed. And please take note that this was extracted yesterday, and a lot has been done since then. Anything that we are reporting is as at almost 9 p.m. last evening. Update on the enumeration of households. Despite the late start of the listing exercise, due to the complexity of the logistics involved in launching the field operations, we are pleased to report that significant progress has been made in the enumeration of households. As of Wednesday, June 12th, 2024, at 9:28 p.m., data synchronized from the field show that 84% of households across the country have been enumerated accounting for 80% of total population, which translates to 2,261,724 persons, with the current average household size at the national level at 8.3. The enumeration, I don't know why am I enumerating. Maybe we need to give you money. As of Wednesday, 12 June 2024, again at 9:28 p.m., enumeration across all regions was above 80%. 90% of households enumerated in those regions. As of Wednesday, June 12, 2024, at 9:28 p.m., enumeration across all regions was above 80%. Kuntaul, Mansakongo, and Basse reported comparatively high enumeration rates, with close to 90% of houses enumerated in those regions. In Karewan and Janjambure, 84% of the population have been enumerated. Whereas in Banjul, Kanifing, and Brikama, about 83% of the population have been enumerated. Enumerators who completed their listing and enumeration have been redeployed to other enumeration areas to ensure timely completion of the work. Contracting of field workers and 30% advance payment. In the past 24 hours, all field workers who have signed the contract and whose names have been submitted the project implementation unit have been paid or sent to mobile money agents for payment. Challenges. Despite the progress, we are still facing challenges in some cohorts and non-Gambian communities, as reported in the last press conference. We are using all possible diplomatic channels to get them compliant, but if this fails, we will unavoidably use the powers vested in us. I am again taking this opportunity to call on everyone in this country to comply, as it is mandatory to all to comply and also to provide accurate data. We are closely monitoring progress in the field, and we are highly optimistic that most regions will be done by Friday evening. For those who may not finish, they will be given a 4-day break. They will break on Saturday and resume 2 days after the Eid. Thank you for your kind attention.
Okay, thank you very much,
The census is an activity that is conducted once every 10 years. And this is the only activity that includes every person in all the household, in each household. And this information, the use of the information collected cannot be overemphasize. It's very important. It is this information that is used for provision of services by government and by development partners. This information is used for development of projects and programs, and for decision making, as well as for other planning purposes. It has a lot of advantage. We can start enumerating this, we can finish. But before you appreciate this, go through for you to appreciate the importance of this question or this information that we are collecting, maybe you need to visit the questionnaire. You'll see the data that is being collected, and you know how important this is. Without this information, government is always challenged to provide certain services. But we have to build schools. How do you know where those who require this education are? If you have to provide health facilities, it's the same thing. If you have to provide roads, all this information is important, because it's important for government to follow the dynamics of population and growth. Otherwise, provision of certain basic services would be always lagging. So the importance is too much. In terms of the challenges that we are currently facing, one of it, as I mentioned, is the non-compliance. And basically, this is mainly on the non-Gambians. Gambians, we go to them, we talk to them, they understand, they comply. But some of the non-Gambians are not willing to comply. And where we have interviewed the president and the vice president, we will not leave out anybody if they can't do this in their countries, obviously. So it is mandatory that, as I indicated, that anybody who is in this country to comply. Otherwise, we use the powers that are vested in us. And that's the rash. This is what we never wanted to do, because it also have its own disadvantages. But we will do, because half a loaf is better than one. Thank you very much. That is also true. Of course, we know that internet connection or service is not available in all parts of the country. But the program is also developed in such a way that you can always sync it later. So that is somehow limited. It's not a big challenge for us. But the other challenge is that certain parts of the country now, those places are very hot. And some of these gadgets, if it is very hot, it affects their performance. You have situations where some of the tablets freeze, and then obviously that affects the work progress. So these are some of the challenges that we currently are facing. But we always have a way out. We deploy as many gadgets as possible. And of course, the other thing was that some of the places didn't have the power banks, and they were resupplied because we had enough. That was an oversight. Currently, our main challenge is compliance, and that is mainly in this area, and that is where you have the GBoS and also the non-Gambians. This is our challenge, but we are doing our best to, like I said, to use all possible diplomatic channels to ensure that there is compliance.
If I just may add something, the way the program is developed, data is sent from the interviewers to the supervisors using Bluetooth. So for that, they don't need internet connection. So the supervisor can always visit the teams, get the data using Bluetooth, go to an area where there is some internet connectivity, and then send the data to the center office. Exactly, yeah. Through Bluetooth from the field workers, the supervisor then can go to an area that has strong connection and then send the data to the office.